Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Cerow Rec Park for the final time this year as the Thousand Island Raiders host the Wooster Bulls tonight. My name's Connor Lalone, play-by-play announcer for the Raiders here on APHL Hockey on the Raiders YouTube channel. Like I said, the last time we'll be in this barn this year. Playoff games for Thousand Islands to take place in Alex Bay, and we'll be there for those. As Wooster's going to start play here and dump the puck all the way down into the zone, cleared back out by the Raiders and settled down at the blue line by Brendan Powinski. Powinski now has it on the right side, throws it up. It's tipped in at center ice by Patrick Ostrander. Puck down deep and battling for it in behind were a couple of guys. Brandon Fanner came away with the puck, and then it was lifted down the ice by Horner. Out of the net to play it is Jack Hudick, goaltender this evening for Wooster. The other end of the night, it's the other end of the ice, I should say, it's Eric Cummins getting the start for the Raiders. And behind his own net, Powinski battling with Addison Oaks-Cook in behind. Powinski again, long stretch pass up the far boards, now sent forward. Wills will chase in deep, came out in front of Cummins, who had to settle it down. And back up along the near side now, down the right wing is Matt Morja. Centering pass out in front for Oaks-Cook, just off the heel of his stick, and settled down by Wooster. They'll clear out through center. Long shot on and into the glove of Cummins, who holds on for a stop and play. It was a hopeful blast from Ostrander in the neutral zone as he let that one go. And the Raiders, netminder, able to make the save. And then elected to hold on. 18:34 to go in the first. Still no score. Face-off one back by Zach Steele, held in by Bell at the blue line. A long shot on. Now, Raiders with a dump into the offensive end. Omachinski had it on the near side and skates out up along the right wing now. Dumps that one in off the backboards, and it rattles in behind. Settling down to play the puck is Win Horner for the Raiders. Puck comes right back out in front. Player dumped right in front of the blue paint. Slapper from the point, tipped in, might have hit the post and came out as Cummins looked like he was beaten. But the puck able to stay out of the net for the Raiders. Now they escape the zone. Puck on the stick of Addison Oaks-Cook all by himself as he skates in, throws a shot off the back glass. Picked up along the far boards by Mike Starr. This one lifted the length of the ice, no icing. Waved off as Brandon Fanner collects in behind, and now he's harassed as he skates out into the neutral zone. Pass up ahead off the stick of Jeff Jackson wearing the number 65. And this one will be an icing as Wooster clears it down the length with 17:18 to go in the first period. Just mentioned Jeff Jackson wearing 65. There's a number of guys wearing jersey numbers. They haven't necessarily too often here this season for Thousand Islands as a face-off. One back but cleared down the length of the ice. One back with such velocity that it got past the blue line here. And now a puck battle down in the corner. The Raiders will come up with it, but kept in the zone. Now player down for Wooster. Behind the play, struggling to get up. As shot on off the leg of Landon Much. Much in behind, had it taken away from him. It's Pawinski. And back out into the neutral zone where the Raiders will look to restart the attack. In behind his own net, Bentley up along the far boards. That one held in at the point. Long shot on, well wide, as it's picked up by Wills down in the far corner. Back out in front. Ostrander down the left wing. Shot on, and he scores. Patrick Ostrander able to skate in down the left wing and just lift one up over the left-hand catching glove of Eric Cummins. As you take another look, Ostrander's going to end up with a puck on his stick. And just a sweet release to beat Cummins opens the scoring, and Wooster on front. 1-0 they lead here. Bulls with the lead now. Anzalone looks to dump the puck back in and does. Sends it off the backboards where giving chase is Keenan Hearn. And now, Hearn had a chance to pick that puck up in the offensive zone. Lost an edge. Thompson, though, with a shot on off the blocker of Hudick. Puck loose down in front of him, and he covers up. For a whistle. 15:44 remaining in the first. Kind of a broken play there. Puck ended up on the stick of Nate Thompson, and good shot from him here just inside this right-hand face-off dot, thrown off the blocker of Hudick and then down in front of him where he was able to cover up. Face-off won by the Bulls. Anzalone in on the forecheck, unable to win the puck as it's lifted down the length of the ice, tipped in. Actually off the stick of Gabe Horner. Now the puck in deep for the Bulls, held in at the blue line. Long shot on into a skate. Another quick shot on, and Cummins makes the save, and then Gabe Horner trying to throw the body around, clear out the front of the net after Cummins was able to make the save. It's Cerow with the shot from the blue line, and then a little extracurriculars. 15:21 to go in the first period. Raiders trail 1-0. Goal from Patrick Ostrander. Face-off in the feet there, in the skates, and one out. And not able to clear it out of the zone, but losing a glove on the play was Oaks-Cook. Now play whistled down. And the face-off will come out into the neutral zone. Morja will skate in for the Raiders against Zach Steele. One to the side by Morja, but controlled by Steele. He had it taken away from him. And now down the right wing, letting a shot go right into the chest of Eric Cummins was Matt Omachinski. Another whistle. Offensive zone draw coming up for Wooster. Zomachinski skates in against Morja, wins it back, shot on, misses on the near side as the puck's in the corner. Morja lost his stick, had to pick it up, but skating right back out in front is Wooster, and they're able to net their second here early going of the first period. Colt Reynolds picked up the puck along the near boards and then just skated right in. You watch Reynolds win that puck right back there. And then from the left circle, skated in. Cummins went down, and he beat him up high on the blocker side. And the Bulls now out in front, 2-0. Just over 5 minutes gone. They win the faceoff forward and keep the puck in the offensive zone, stay onside. Raiders now will clear along the near boards, but picked up by Kenneth Whaley. And he lifts one forward. Quick shot, misses on the near side off the stick of Jake Greathouse. Raiders clear the puck down the length of the ice. It's going to be an icing call. Udick will settle it down and get it to the linesman down at the other end of the ice. Another offensive zone draw coming up for Wooster. They'll move it out to the other side, the far side, the left-hand side of Eric Cummins, Raiders netminder, who's been beaten twice already here in the opening stages of the first period. Raiders will control this face-off, puck off the skates of Jackson. It was just behind him, and now he has the puck. He lets a shot go, blockered away by Jack Hudick, and just able to escape the zone. And going down, not drawing a penalty somehow, was Kenneth Whaley. Looked like he was tripped up. Raiders going to ice the puck again here with 14:07 remaining in the first. Whaley's furious as he skates over the bench. Wanted a tripping call. I think he's got an argument there, to be honest with you. But another offensive zone draw. Holden will skate in this time. Will Holden. Controlled by Wooster. Sent in deep. Playing the puck from out behind is Brandon Fanner, and it skips just out into the neutral zone over the stick of Brandon Powinski, who has it now. Powinski up along the near boards. And now Wooster down the left wing. Rings it around the backboards where Reynolds picks it up in the corner. Battling in there with Will Holden. Holden tried to work the puck free, and it's settled down by Ostrander, who's taken to the boards by Fanner, but keeps the puck. Centering pass broken up and then covered up by Eric Cummins. 13:27 to go in the first period, 2-0 the lead for the visiting Wooster Bulls here from the Cerow Rec Park in Clayton, New York, home of the Thousand Island Raiders. That one went right on to Cummins and then was controlled by Caleb Wills. Cleared out, long stretch pass up ahead and skating in, trying to win that puck. Unsuccessfully was Keenan Hearn. Lifted back out where Wills will settle it down in the neutral zone. Off the backboards, came out in front where Hudick had to throw the stick on and make a play on the puck. Again sent out. Wills has it on his stick again. This pass into the offensive zone was broken up off the skates of Holden, but Wills had it on his stick. Goes right out in front. Hudick covers it up and gets a whistle. 12:53 to go. Period number one between the Thousand Island Raiders and the Wooster Bulls. Wooster, Ohio. It's a pretty good trip for them. Just the one game here this weekend on this Saturday evening as Will's clearing attempt backhanded off a stick and up and into the netting along the far side. Faceoff will again come out to the left-hand side of Eric Cummins. Faceoff won back by Wooster. Held in at the blue line just barely. And still with the puck on his stick was Mike Starr. His long effort gloved down by Cummins and held on to. Another whistle with 12:33 to go in the first. Raiders trailing by a couple. Along the far side, Jackson had it taken away from him. Now gloved down by Thompson, who throws it off the boards up ahead for Anzalone. Starr's going to be first to the puck as he clears it out of the zone. Picked up in the neutral zone now by Omachinski. Into the slot, shot on, off a skate in front, and now controlled by Thousand Highlands as they get a change. Here's Oaks Cook into the offensive zone with Jackson. Jackson tried to get it to him in front, and it was broken up. And now Jackson throws the reverse body check, ends up with a puck here in the near corner. Taking off the puck, but Moore just sends it along the back for Addison Oaks Cook. Now out to the blue line, held in by Horner, and then his long effort is off a skate and down the length of the ice. Bulls go for a change. Raiders look to go right back to the offensive rush. Down the left wing, Win Horner. Settled down, though, and back out through center just behind Greathouse, but he did tip it, so no icing as Gabe Horner in behind to pick up the puck. Held in the offensive zone. Another good glove save by Eric Cummins. Greathouse with a shot along the right wing that time, and Cummins forced again to make the stop. Face-off one back again by Wooster. Cleared out of the zone. No icing as Caserta back into the corner to play it. Oaks Cook gives chase. Greathouse along the near boards. Morja held it in the offensive end, rang it around the back, but nobody there for the Raiders. Held in at the point this time. A long shot tipped in front by Morja, but missed wide. Oaks Cook and Caserta along the near side. Caserta hit into the boards, but able to send the puck back out to the far side, and then Bulls clear it into the Raiders' end of the ice. Stretch pass off the stick of Oaks Cook. Caserta again along that right wall lifts it forward. Raiders again look to get into the offensive zone. Oaks Cook's been out there for a long time. He has the puck now here along the near boards, taken to the wall by Zach Bell. Holden ends up with the puck. Will Holden, the captain for Wooster, has the puck now into the offensive zone as he skated the length of the ice with it that time. Never really got a good shot away, and it's controlled in behind by Landon Much. Much along the far boards. That one sent down all the way. Hudick will come out of the net to play it as he taps it into the corner for Mike Starr. Lifted ahead. Holden down the right wing, has it in behind, taking off the puck, and Wills now along the near side as he's bodied into the boards, and the puck comes free. Raiders able to clear. There's a big body check laid here on the near side by Randy Comanale. Now down into the offensive end. Weak shot on from James Young, still battling for the puck in behind. Bentley at the blue line tried to pinch, did not win the puck, and here comes Greathouse down the right wing. Back into the Wooster end. Caserta in behind. Harassed there, but able to spin out of pressure. Long pass up ahead for Steele, who comes in down the left wing. Steele with a nice toe drag, goes through the legs of Wills with the shot, but steered into the corner by Cummins. Puck battle into the corner on the near side. Puck works out into the neutral zone where it's settled down by Steele and sent back across. Caserta fakes and then steps into the offensive zone. Sent into the corner where it's backhanded along by Gabe Horner. Held in at the blue line. Back out in front as it hit a leg. Came off of Wills, and then Raiders able to clear as Horner now skates into the offensive end. Long shot on, steered into the corner by Horner. He got his own rebound, and then another came right out in front. And Hudick with a couple of big saves to keep the Raiders off the scoreboard. Still in the offensive zone, centering pass broken up from Myers. Now with the stick, Win Horner gets around a couple. Win Horner still has it as he gets in down low. Hudick with another blocker save. And Anzalone couldn't keep the puck in the zone as it's lifted out by Wooster. Good offensive zone pressure there and a couple of really good looks for the Raiders, but unable to convert as Young across to Nate Thompson, who winds up, lets a slap shot go. Hudick made the save. He wasn't sure, but he did have it stuck, pinned in between his glove and the chest pad, and holds on for a stop with 7:44 remaining in the first period. Wooster on top, 2-0 over the Thousand Island Raiders. Nate Thompson into the circle, tried to slap it forward, ends up right in the slot, held in at the blue line by Brandon Fanner. Now in deep, Keenan Hearn, taken to the boards by Johnston. Hands alone, back to Hearn. Centering pass was broken up. Hudick might have been the one to throw a stick on it. Out into the neutral zone where Much had it taken off of his stick. Great house down the left wing and again into the glove of Eric Cummins. $7:18 to go now in the first. Good tempo to this one. Both teams skating well. Hasn't been a ton of whistles. Haven't had any penalties. Knock on wood, because chances are that'll change almost as soon as you say something. That one sent the length to the ice. There's a whistle for icing. So the puck comes back down into the Raider end of the ice. Into the faceoff circle, Will Holden. Won it forward, Holden trying to kick it along, and he's brought down. Raiders end up controlling. The puck will stay in the offensive zone. Sent across to the far side, chasing after it, Remington Reynolds. Reynolds now battling along the wall with Oaks Cook, who does work the puck out into the neutral zone. Lifted forward by Zach Bell. And back out into the defensive zone. First clearing attempt unsuccessful. The second a little better. Oaks Cook couldn't handle the stretch pass from Much. Hudick played it down with a stick. Bulls along the near side, looking to escape the zone with Pawinski. Holden, puck in his skates as he slaps it into the corner. Bentley up ahead. Oaks Cook, stretch pass, hit a leg. He was looking out to this near side, trying to find Jeffrey Jackson, but that puck never made its way there. Nifty work by Ostrander here on the near side to kick it along, and well done by his teammates to stay on side. Ostrander left it on the far side, shot in by Zach Bell and kicked away by Cummins. Omachinsky now with the puck in behind. He's checked by Wills. Bentley ends up with it in behind his own net. Backhands one forward along the near side. And Raiders able to clear now. Oaks Cook swung at it but missed as it's controlled in the defensive zone by Brandon Pawinski. Across to Caserta here on the near side, who has the puck and works all the way actually out to the boards on the opposite side of the ice. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the first period as that one's chipped along by Bentley. Tried to backhand it forward into the zone. Now it is lifted in. And Bentley and look like Pawinski there trying to get into it a little bit along the far wall in the neutral zone. Cleared all the way down the length of the ice, no icing. Start across to this near side. Now back over to Reynolds. Held in at the blue line, long shot on. Steered aside, the rebound came out in front and was hammered home for the third Wooster goal of the first period. Just a long shot in. That was dealt with initially by Cummins, but rebound right back out in front. And Steele on the doorstep. Makes it a 3-0 game. Shot on Hudick, gloves it down, plays it, leaves it for Starr, lifted forward. Unable to handle it was Luke Bell. And picked up in the neutral zone by the Raiders. Whaley settles it down, long shot on off the backboards and slapped along. Horner held in by Whaley and then taken away from him. Here come the Raiders now with numbers, skating in down the right wing. Centering pass from Young broken up. Bell backhands one forward for Davis. William Davis, long shot on. And Cummins played it off his stick and then into his glove. Holds on with 3:47 remaining in the first. Offensive zone draw out to our left-hand side, the right hand, the blocker side of Eric Cummins. Shot on through some skates out in front, and it's tapped in again. It's been that sort of period for Thousand Islands, just pucks bouncing around all over the place in front of the net. And Cummins has done his best, but this one kicked around a little bit in front. And it looked like Will Holden was the one standing there to tap it into the empty net. Wins the faceoff here to the side as the Bulls now out in front 4-0 in the first period. Puck along the near wall, taken away by Wooster. They've just kind of been the faster team here in the first period. Falling down was Holden. Along the boards in behind to Powinski. Now back to Holden, looking to skate out from his own defensive end. Has it along the far wall. Back to Powinski here on the near side. Puck picked up in the neutral zone by Landon Much. Tipped ahead. Now Nate Thompson down the right wing. Shot on Hudick with the save as it ended up along the rail on the far side. Held in the zone momentarily. Now Thompson's going to pick it up in the offensive end. Has men out in front. Goes to the blue line instead. Shot on from there. Tipped in front. Misses on the near side as Hearn sends it back in deep. Morja and Thompson give chase. Nate Thompson has it in the far corner. Tried to send it back out in front. That might have been a shot as Hudick had to be alert and get down to make the save. Bulls looked to go quick and tried to spring a man for a breakaway. That was broken up, though, and here comes Caserta into the offensive zone as they got back on side. Glove down as it kind of knuckled out in front. And Thompson and Caserta going to get into it a little bit after the play as Cummins held on. Well, Caserta gave Thompson a couple of shoves there, and Thompson's a fiery guy anyway. And now a couple of guys on this near side is Ostrander and Brandon Fanner. And Fanner wanted to go. We'll take another look at kind of what set that all off is you see Caserta go in, let the shot go, and then as Thompson went to seal him off, gave him a couple of shoves in behind. Thompson stood up, gave him a face wash, and ultimately there's no fallout. We play on. Offensive zone draw, held in by the Bulls, dumped into the corner, and held in at the blue line. Another long shot. That's been the theme of this first period for both teams, is shots from a long ways away. That one was blockered down, then lifted the length of the ice. Hudick, not the cleanest of passes out into the corner, but Bulls escaped the zone nonetheless. Wills dumped forward along the far boards where Anslone sends it right back to Caleb Wills. A minute 40 to play as Oaks cooking in the offensive zone. Comunali's going to end up with a puck on his stick. His shot on, misses wide. Hudick watched it go off the far boards and then sent back out to the blue line where it went under the stick of Bentley as he fanned on the shot attempt, and Wills has to retreat into the defensive zone to pick up the puck. Sent in deep. Bell in behind his own net, leaves for Caserta. He's harassed in behind, so he sends the puck out to Steele. Picked up by Oaks Cook inside the Face-off dot. Let a good shot go, and Hudick makes the save as we're down to a minute to play here in the first period. That shot held on to from just inside the face-off circle, and Cummins stops play with 1:01 remaining in the first. 4-0. The first period score. The visiting Wooster Bulls on top. Face-off one back by Morja. Horner plays it along the far boards. Thompson up the left wing. Shot on into the glove of Hudick, who holds on for a stop and play. 50 seconds remaining now in the period. And an offensive zone draw for the Raiders. They're going to take it out to the left-hand side. Face-off one back by Thousand Islands and held in at the point by Wynn Horner. Horner still has it in deep. Had it taken away from him, though. A strong defensive play by Brandon Powinski. Lifted out and tipped forward. Up along the far wall, Thompson tried to tip it forward. Couldn't put it on the stick. Maybe one last chance here for the Raiders, but right as I say that, they turn the puck over, and here come the Bulls the opposite direction, down the right wing. Shot on. And along the near boards now, another long effort in with 2 seconds to go. One last chance, kicked aside by Cummins, and that'll end the first period of play, but it's a terrific first for the Wooster Bulls. They lead 4-0, and Jack Hudick shutting out the Thousand Island Raiders to this point. So 4-0 the score here on the Raiders YouTube channel, the APHL. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on your Saturday evening. Beautiful day in northern New York. Mid-40s today. It's unheard of for late February. Might have been a warm day outside. It was a cold start for the Raiders. They trail by 4 after 20 minutes of play. We're going to take a break here for the first intermission, and we'll be back for the second period between Thousand Islands and Wooster. We'll see you then. Welcome back inside the Cerow Rec Park for the start of the second period between the Thousand Island Raiders and the visiting Wooster Bulls. Bulls up 4-0 as we start the second period. The Raiders really struggled to get going in that first period, and right off the rip, another really good look for Wooster as Reynolds skated in down the right wing. Remington Reynolds, and unable to redirect one into the empty net. Bulls, though, still on the offensive rush as the Raiders able to win the puck in behind their own net. Wayward pass out to the near side, and Reynolds tips it along. It's dumped in deep by Ostrander, who got the scoring started this evening. Bulls settle it down. Pawinski pass up ahead, and that's settled down in the defensive zone by Landon Much, but given right back to Ostrander. Now in deep, pinching in Will Holden. Had a goal in that first period as well. Reynolds in the slot, shot high over the top of the cage as Cummings threw a glove at it, but ultimately didn't have to make a save. Here comes Jackson into the offensive zone. His shot off a leg, and now in the corner, picked up by Wooster as they look to clear the zone. Oaks Cook nearly kept it in the zone. It was off of his stick. And now Gabe Horner lifted ahead. Oaks Cook must have got a touch on it here on the near side as icing was waved off. He gives chase into the offensive zone. Young now on the forecheck here on the near side. But here come Wooster the other way. Drop pass from Steele, trying to go back out in front of the net to Steele was Omachinski. Puck in deep, where it's settled down by Win Horner, but given right away, and then in the slot. Good stick from Gabe Horner to poke that one free. Down the length of the ice as Morja gives chase. He's pinned along the boards by Bell, who wins the puck back and throws it along the near side. Held in momentarily, and now escaping the zone are Wooster. Stretch pass ahead and in on the breakaway shot, and he missed in all alone and unable to put a shot on net. Omachinski tried to be too fine. Puck stays in the zone, though. Zach Bell has it along the blue line. He throws a shot on that's kicked aside by Cummins. Clear down into the Wooster end by the Raiders. But the Bulls right back to the offensive rush. Down the left wing, skating in, William Davis. Battling in behind with Gabe Horner. Matt Morja in there as well. Caleb Wills now as Oaks Cook ends up with the puck. Lifted the length. No icing as Hudik comes out of the net to settle it down. Pass out to the far side for Jake Greathouse. His pass back across to this near side for Pawinski. Almost turned into a giveaway in the defensive zone. Bentley back across for Caleb Wills. Wills, stretch pass, kind of nobody in particular. He was trying to find Brandon Myers, but unable to connect with him on this instance. Wills in behind now has the puck as he skates forward down the right wing. Drop pass there, left it, and picked up by the Raiders. And it's Myers down the right wing. Hit hard as he goes into the corner. Another battle here along the near side. Bentley pinches in to keep the puck in the offensive zone. It was gloved down by Whaley. Across now for Wills as the Raiders look to go right back to the rush. Wills shot on. Hudik sticks it up and into the corner. Down in the corner, Luke Blair had it taken away from him along the boards by Pawinski, who backhands one forward, and now Ostrander looking to get wrong side of Wills and does. Centering pass back out in front, into the slot, the backhand turned aside. Reynolds with a shot. Ostrander on the one-timer, missed on the near side, tried to send it back out in front where Bentley was waiting and got a stick on to prevent any sort of look out in front. Ostrander still with the puck, sneaks it out in front, and Wills deflects it back to his goaltender Cummins, who covers up with 15-17 remaining in the second period. mad scramble there and a couple of really good looks. For Patrick Ostrander. Cummins, I think, grateful there at the end of that play that Wills was able to just pinch the pad along his pads and hold on for a stop and play. Anzalone pass to the near side, intended for Hearn, but that was broken up. And here comes Reynolds out through center. Remington Reynolds now down the left wing, gets around one. Reynolds still with it, shot on, up high. Cummins makes the save and then covers up the loose puck, and Thompson now and Ostrander going to jaw a little bit after the play. Puck was loose there. You can understand why Ostrander might have felt like he was entitled to take a whack at it there. Thompson obviously not inclined to agree. He skates into the faceoff circle now against Will Holden and wins it back. Thompson into the corner where Much has it to Anzalone up ahead, lifted forward off a stick, and then gloved down in the neutral zone by Keenan Hearn. Hearn up the right wing, still has it, and it taken away from him. Puck along the near boards, controlled by the Bulls. Bell out from in behind his own net, lifted forward, was tipped in the neutral zone, ended up on net anyways. Cummins played it with a stick. Tipped here on the near side and out to the neutral zone down the length of the ice. And that one is an icing call as it was tipped well into the defensive zone. Still obviously the wrong side of the red line to negate any sort of icing, so face-off coming up in the offensive zone for Wooster. They lead 4-0 here over Thousand Islands, the final regular season home game for the Raiders. Cerow Rec Park in Clayton. In front of probably the biggest crowd of the year for them here. Good numbers. In the Raiders' first season. Thompson, long shot on, gloved away by Hudick into the corner, where it's picked up by Ryan Johnston. Puck in the neutral zone. Thompson's going to pick it up and skate into the offensive end. He lifts a shot right into the crest of Jack Hudick, and then Thompson takes a run at the Bulls netminder, and that's going to draw the ire of a couple of guys. And now we got a little pushing and shoving as James Young into the kerfuffle as well. Hearn and Thompson over there, obviously. Thompson knew exactly what he was doing there, skating in on Jack Hudick. Matt Morgia into the faceoff dot for the Raiders. One to the side, though, by Wooster. Held in, shot on. Hudick makes the save. It was loose for a brief second. He threw the glove on, and Hudick now getting a little testy, and maybe understandably so. Another offensive zone draw down to the right side. It's Morgia again into the faceoff circle for Thousand Islands. 13:43 to go in the second period. Morgia wins this one to the side. James Young sent along the backboards, giving chase on the near side is Randy Caminoli. And the puck get up and out of play. Morgia wins this one again to the side. Shot on, missed on the far side. Pinching in. Horner. Win Horner. Goes down low. Caminoli. Centering pass. Broken up off the skate. And out into the neutral zone where Gabe Horner retreats to pick it up. Sent out through center. Caminoli lays the body check as the puck gets into the offensive zone. Win Horner down the left wing. Comes out into the slot for Morgia. Hudick makes the save. Still loose. Another shot. And Jack Hudick again with another couple of big saves. And he's looked sharp here in the first 27 minutes of play. Wholesale changes for both teams ahead of the offensive zone draw for Thousand Islands. Brendan Myers into the dot. Looks like Davis opposite of him into the neutral zone where Wills controls. Lifted ahead, but Bell right back down the length of the ice. That's an icing call as Davis couldn't beat Caleb Wills to it. So puck right back into the Raider offensive end. Again, Myers into the faceoff circle, wins it back. Shot from the top of the dot, blockered away, high up into the air, and then slashed out into the neutral zone, now into the defensive zone. Skipped over the stick of Bentley, and centering pass broken up, and then underneath the stick of William Davis. Break there for Thousand Islands as that was a bad defensive zone turnover. They force a turnover of their own. Centering pass broken up, and then a big hit laid in behind. Long shot on from Wills, blocked down, and now a chance down the right wing. Davis has it, shot on and in. Kind of a mad scramble, and this turns into a breakaway for William Davis. You watch him skate into the right-hand circle, lift a shot on, and that beat Cummins up over the blocker's side. Rang off the back iron inside the net and came back out in a hurry. It's now 5-0, Wooster on top. And a change in net for Thousand Islands, as Cody Silvis has come in to replace Eric Cummins, who's been beat 5 times in the first period and just about a half. Long stretch pass down the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Shot on. Early test for Silvis just into the game. Had a slapper ripped at his blocker, and he was able to get just enough of it to turn it aside. Another long stretch pass. Down the right wing now is Remington Reynolds. Sent out in front for Holden. Ostrander on the doorstep. Silvis makes the save, and Ostrander's going to draw some attention in front of the net again as Fanner gives him a little face wash. Early test for Cody Silvis. Coming in relief. For the Raiders. Eric Cummins gave up 5. It's hard to blame him really for any of them, but sometimes you just got to do something to shake it up. Oaks Cook backhands it out into the neutral zone, all the way down into the defensive end where Reynolds sends it back across. Pass back to Remington Reynolds behind him. Morja shot on, missed on the near side. Young along the right-hand side had it taken away from him by Ostrander and out into the neutral zone where Landon Much has it. He's harassed and did well to keep that puck. Back across to the near side where it skips over Fanner's stick. Now he skates in down the left wing, shot on off the back glass. And Oaks Cook tried to backhand it back out to the point, but missed on it. And now we've got a whistle. And our first penalty of the game coming up for cross-checking. Looked like Mike Starr, who was coming to sit down. Yeah. Announcement in the barn. It is Starr. 2 minutes for the cross check and the first power play of the evening for either team. And it's 2 up on the board against Wooster. And if the Raiders had any ideas of getting back into this game, this would be a good time. Hudick makes the save on the shot from Bentley at the point, held in by Gabe Horner. Back across now to Anthony Bentley at the left point. Tries to go down low. Bentley has it again at the blue line. Shot on, tipped in front, rebounded, hammered home. Raiders get on the board. It's a power play goal, and it's Bentley's shot that was tipped in front by Hearn. And then on the doorstep, Justin Anzalone. 5-1. Thompson wins the faceoff forward, but controlled by the Bulls as the Raiders onto the board. Hearn lifts that one in, had to wait for Anzalone to get back on side, which took away any sort of momentum the Raiders may have had. They keep it in the offensive zone, though. Hearn lost out in behind, controlled now by Pawinski. Lifted forward, but gloved down by Thompson. Shot on into the chest of Jack Hudick and held on to. Nate Thompson playing a little more minutes than maybe we would normally see from him. Been involved offensively. Morja now into the face-off circle, waiting for somebody to come meet him in a white and orange sweater. It'll be Luke Bell, who does eventually skate down there. And they're still waiting for somebody to actually go take the face-off. It was Kenneth Whaley, controlled in behind by Greathouse, lifted along the far boards, jumped over the shoulders there of Bell, who has it in his own zone, sent forward. Greathouse couldn't clear the zone, held in by Addison Oaks-Cook. His centering pass for Young missed him, but held in by Morja. Morja backhanded to Bentley, now across the blue line for Wills. Long shot off the backboards. Oaks-Cook trying on the one-timer, missed. And Greathouse still unable to clear the zone as Morja came across to keep it in. Zach Bell backhanded forward. Morja again keeps the puck in the offensive end, spins around the check. Matt Morja shot on. Hudick makes the save, came right back to Morja, who has it still. Lifted out in front, and that one hit a leg. And now Zach Bell can escape the zone as he lifts it forward for Greathouse, but Wills takes it right off of his stick and then handles around him. Stretch pass for Oaks-Cook, who's in. Shot and gloved down by Hudick. Better there for Thousand Islands. A little sustained offensive zone pressure, and then stretch pass that sprung Colton Oaks-Cook, or Addison Oaks-Cook rather, down the offensive end, and his shot kind of tame by his standards. Shot from the point, and the rebound's hammered in. Raiders won the face-off. The long shot from the point. Win Horner with the initial shot. It was first save from Hudick, but then the rebound came out to Luke Blair, who gives the Raiders their second goal of the second period. It's now 5-2, and here's Gabe Horner as the Raiders look a little energized now. Horner down the left wing, shot on, and Hudick makes the save. Anzalone into the face-off dot. Got the Raiders on the board here in the second with a power play goal. Held in at the point by Hearn. Has it now in behind Hearn. Came out from behind the net and lost the puck. Lifted, though, forward by Thompson. Now Hearn checked to the ice. Thompson Pinching in, wins it down low. Anzalone has it beneath the net. Thompson on the one-timer, tipped in front and missed up high over the net. Anzalone works it along, back to this near side, and the Bulls will escape their defensive zone. That one tipped forward off the pass from Zach Bell, and Ostrander couldn't come up with it. Gabe Horner has it, backhanding it along in behind, settling down now. No-look pass to Anzalone and comes right back to Gabe Horner. Another no-look pass out to Anzalone. Was behind him, but he's able to lift it forward down the length of the ice and glove down at the blue line by Brendan Pawinski. Horner again in his defensive zone. That one gloved by Ostrander, but does get out into the neutral zone. Tipped it forward by Anzalone, and the Raiders will head for a change as Pawinski settles the puck down. They have a home run pass. If they can connect, they do. Down the left wing. Will Holden taken into the boards. Crunched by Landon Much. And now Much takes a check by Holden. Centering pass tipped in front by Remington Reynolds, but came all the way out to the near side as he was unable to direct it on goal. Much looking forward. Tipped in the neutral zone, but still going to be an icing. Hudick played the puck as it came in on him. Jeffrey Jackson with the tip there. It was still the wrong side of the red line. Wooster out to the far side and pinching to win the puck in the neutral zone. Now down the left wing. Shot tipped in front. And they score. Matt Omiachinsky in front, as this was a really nice play in the neutral zone to win that puck back by Colt Reynolds. And then he's able to skate into the offensive zone. Sends the pass across, and Omiachinsky makes it a 6-2 game. Just when the Raiders looked like they were starting to build some momentum, Wooster comes back with an answer. Steele in the offensive zone. Had it taken away as Wills stepped across to seal him off. Young loses the puck in the neutral zone. But the Raiders back to the rush. Down the left wing, Caleb Wills with a shot. Blockered away by Hudick. He backhands it out to the near side where Bentley pinches in to keep it in the zone. Another shot kicked away by Hudick. And Steele has it in behind. And now we've got another whistle. Arm up for a penalty. And Steve Cook skates across to make the call. Slashing. This one against Thousand Islands. And Oaks Cook, the guilty party. The Raiders to the penalty kill. They scored on the only power play of the game thus far. Now looking to kill one off. Morja wins the faceoff. Held in here at the blue line by Caserta. Long shot, misses high. Rebound out to the side of the net. Turned away by a scrambling Cody Silvas. Tried to get back in position and managed to in time. Holden down deep in below the red line. Still has the puck. Holden has Caserta back out here at the point. Held in at the blue line. Pass across to the far side where Pawinski has it. Shot on. Wills fell down in front but got a stick on to turn that one away. Silvas had some work to do on the play too. Wills lifts it down the length of the ice, and that's a big clear, as that means he can head off. Well, he thought about it for a change. Instead stays on the ice. Is down into the forecheck as Brendan Myers all by himself here. Shorthanded for another minute 12. Caserta down the right wing, gets in deep, out to the blue line. Pawinski back down low. Caserta has it now along the right circle. Centering pass and a stick on by Brandon Myers to break that one up. Pawinski has it at the blue line. Out to the right-hand side. Caserta into the circle. Pawinski back across. Shot on, missed. Caserta with a rebound off the boards, off the side of the net. And the net does come off in that sequence. Good save from Cody Silvas there on the short angle shot after a hard rebound off the back boards. And knocked the net off with 46 seconds remaining in the slashing call to Colton Oaks Cook. Addison Oaks Cook, rather. Thompson wins the faceoff back, and the Raiders clear. 40 seconds remaining in the penalty. Hudick out of the net, across for Zach Bell, went under his stick, but he's got plenty of time and space as Thompson, the only man down in deep really for the Raiders. Bulls into the offensive zone. Bell has it. He steps inside the circle. Bell still with a shot. Silvis with a save. And out to the right side, Horner clears the zone. 18 seconds remaining in the penalty. Is back across to the left-hand side. Omachinski. Bell to Starr. Shot on into the glove of Silvis. Gabe Horner had come down to close down that shot and ended up missing him. Found the glove of Silvis instead. Raiders will change here with 5 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Anzalone into the faceoff dot against Omachinski. Horner out from behind his own net. Omachinski on his hip. Back out to Matt Morja here along the near side. The penalty is over. Oaks Cook out of the box. Morja lifted forward. Oaks Cook couldn't get a stick on it. And it's controlled in the defensive zone. Now Morja has it. Oaks Cook got back to the blue line to stay on side. Matt Morja taken off the puck well by Colt Reynolds. Held in at the point. Knocked down in front. A long shot. Mike Starr there. Able to kick that one down. 4:33 to go in the second period. Raiders a couple of notches in the frame, but giving up a couple as well. It's 6-2. Horner and Whaley in behind. Anzalone joins the battle. Out from in front of his own net. Win Horner. Morja up the left wing. Oaks Cook out there. Back out into the neutral zone. Now 2-on-1. Down the left wing, good stick in front by Gabe Horner to just slow everybody up as Jake Greathouse was skating in. Centering pass for Whaley, broke his stick in front. Spinning. Terrific work from Caserta to get a shot away there. Spun around a couple. There was a man down in front of the net. Referee just now picking up the broken stick, as that could have been another goal if the fiberglass hadn't snapped in front. Pass lifted forward too far for Greathouse, but Horner settles it down. No icing as he had to play it before it made the red line. Horner trying to skate out from his own defensive zone and does. Gains the red line, gains the blue line. Lifts a shot on the lefty and into the chest of Jack Hudick. Stop and play with 3:19 remaining in the second period. Morja into the face-off circle in the offensive end. 3:19 to go in period number 2. Raiders trailing by 4, 6-2. And now Morja will get tossed. Not for anything he did, just a delay of game, delay of the restart there by the Raiders as they had 6 guys on the ice and had to get one off. Morja. Long shot on, hit a body in front, came right back to him. Another shot that was deflected out to the near side. Held in at the point by Brandon Fanner. In deep now, Keenan Hearn. Back across behind. Lifted forward out of the zone by Zach Bell. Fanner backhands across to the far boards. Left there and now into the offensive end, landed Much down the right wing. Much comes around, tried the wrap. Hudick sealed that off. Able to clear, and now maybe a chance on the offensive end for Reynolds as he tried to send it back out in front. Remington Reynolds has it on his stick. Ostrander down there as well. Thompson picks up the loose puck in the defensive zone. Forward for Keenan Hearn as he tries to get in down the left wing. Back to Thompson in the high slot. Shot missed over the top of the net. Ostrander backhands it forward. And now back the other way are the Wooster Bulls. Down the left wing, shot on, gloved by Silvis, but unable to hold on to it as they had a lot on it. Came out to the near side. Oaks Cook lost the puck right along the near boards. Thompson again picks up the loose change in the defensive zone. Lifted forward, but Myers couldn't control. Now Steele down the left wing for Wooster. Under 2 minutes to go in the period, and Steele's knocked down to the ice. Puck in the corner. Jeffrey Jackson along the boards. Lifted it forward, but not out of the zone. Now Jackson can clear as he won that puck back in the defensive end. Jackson into the offensive zone. Had it taken off of his stick. Winds up, lets a slapper go. Shot on. Hudick makes the save, and then another. The puck is still loose, and it's lifted down and cleared out of the zone. Icing waved off. Bentley won that foot race down the length of the ice. Silvas let the puck go, didn't play it, but icing got waved off there. We play on as there's just over a minute to go in the period. Pass behind Oaks Cook. Steele leaves it for Reynolds. Glove down by Reynolds, and now lifted out as Bentley lost an edge for a second as Steele skates at him. Bentley tried to go with the feet there to make the stop, and Silvas makes the save, and then Omachinski with a shove of Myers into his own goaltender, and Myers and Omachinski going to get into it after the play. .48 remaining in the period. Offensive zone draw coming up for Wooster. Morjo will skate in, maybe Angelone for the face-off here for Thousand Islands. It will be Justin Angelone against William Davis. Puck one to the side, backhanded forward by James Young. Now Angelone trying to give chase. Lifted forward, Whaley plays it down. Greathouse got back on side. Whaley lifted it forward, but nobody really there. Held in at the point by Johnston. Ryan Johnston dumped it in deep. Greathouse centered it, but Angelone there to break it up. 30 seconds to go now in the period as Angelone skates in down the left wing. Puck taken off of his stick, and now a battle along the near boards as it comes out behind the net. Settled down by Anthony Caserta and lifted down the length of the ice. Batted down in the neutral zone by Whaley. Lifted on, settled down by Silvas. 6 seconds remaining. He backhands it in behind the net. And retreating to grab it is Wynn Horner. And that'll do it for the second period. Both teams with a couple of goals in the frame. It's 6-2. A 4-goal deficit still for the Raiders. The same margin they trailed by at the end of the first. 6-2 the score. The APHL on the Raiders YouTube channel. Connor Lalone, Cody Wheeler up here on the camera. And what is the final regular season home game for the Raiders in their inaugural season. Been a pleasure for us to be able to bring these games to you guys, and just hope that everybody watching is enjoying it as much as we have all year. We'll be down the road a ways in Alex Bay in a couple of weeks for playoff action the Raiders play, so keep your eye out for our streams of those games from the Alex Bay Arena. Here in Clayton, it's 6-2. Wooster on top after 40 minutes of play. We're going to take a break for the second intermission, and we'll be back for the third between Thousand Islands and Wooster. We'll see you then. Welcome back inside the Cerow Rec Park for the third period between Thousand Islands and Wooster. 6-2 the score. The Bulls on top as we get ready for the final 20 minutes of regulation. Connor Lalone here, bringing you APHL hockey on the Raiders YouTube channel. Final home game of the year, at least of the regular season for Thousand Islands. They'll be on the road next weekend as they take on the Buffalo Tempests. And puck dropped in, we're underway in period number 3. It's the Bulls who control along the near side. Ostrander up the left wing. Dumps it in deep. Right along the far boards, held in the far corner. Ostrander has it along behind. He's brought down by Thompson. Dumped a couple of times by Thompson, then kicked out of the zone. Oh, kept in. Anzalone couldn't get it there. And Concerta's shot on off the back iron. Back boards, rather. And cleared out. Just held in again by Wooster. They've done a good job here on this forecheck to keep the puck in the offensive end. Raiders still struggling to clear, but they do. And now skating down the left wing and into the offensive zone. Keenan Hearn got to the front of the net. Thompson winds up. That's a Blasco that misses on the near side. Held in at the left point off the back boards. Anzalone watched it go by him. Raiders still control as that one comes right back out in front. Knocked down though by the Bulls, and content to just run some clock off here as they do slap that one out of the zone. Now down the right wing, Bulls looking at center. Pass is broken up and they will clear. The Raiders, that is. Nifty move in to the offensive zone, and Gabe Horner with a shot on that Jack Hudick makes the save on. Holds on with 18-10 remaining in the third period. Face-off down to our right-hand side. Matt Morja wins it back and held in at the blue line by Win Horner. Kicked forward by Wooster. Horner in deep. Gabe Horner slapped by Oaks Cook, but held in at the blue line. Now Morja out through center. Shot on, glove down, blocker down rather by Hudick, and then the second effort, Morja couldn't steer past the Wooster netminder. Along this near side, skating out. Steele, pass out to the right side. Long shot on, steered aside by Silvis. And out of the zone behind Matt Morjo, wasn't sure where it was. And Wooster will control. Again, this one lifted forward in the neutral zone, picked up, long shot on, misses, and Silvis covers it up off the back boards and holds on for a stop and play with 17:11 to go. Shot from William Davis. That was wayward and then controlled by Cody Silvis. Greathouse into the faceoff circle, wins it back. Shot from the blue line, tipped in front and steered into the corner where it's lifted ahead. Caserta forward into the zone. Greathouse, long shot on, blockered away again. Now along the near side, puck will skip out into the neutral zone. Bulls get back on side as the Raiders control. Body check here in the neutral zone. But Caserta ends up with the puck. Backhanded out to the near side. Greathouse back across the blue line. Backhanded by Whaley to the far side and then into the zone. No icing as Wooster heads for a change. Puck lifted out to the far side but settled down by Jeffrey Jackson out into the neutral zone where it's picked up here by Bell. Lifted in with a backhand effort, and Bell wanted a slashing call, which he doesn't get as Caleb Will settles it down in behind. Held in at the blue line. Shot from there, never made its way all the way through. It was actually blocked down, and now here come Thousand Islands. Down the left wing, that's Brandon Myers, but he had it taken away by Bell, who lifts it forward. Wooster looks to get in the offensive end. Silvas makes the save, and then the puck loose. He's able to cover it up as a couple of guys pushing and shoving after the play. Guess who? Nate Thompson involved. Will Holden for Wooster, and the two of them still continuing to have discussions. Looks like Dave Jackson's going to send them both. Who said Dave Jackson? He's obviously not here. That's Steve Cook. And now discussion here. Yeah, it just looks like both of them are going to go, and both of them might actually be tossed. It looks like that's going to be the case, actually. It looks like Thompson is done, and Holden as well. Two of them headed back to the room, I think. Well, Holden skated back this way. Signal from the official sure looked like both of them were going to go. And play on. Shot in the slot. The rebound out in front. And they score. A wayward shot right in the slot area off the stick of Patrick Ostrander, and the rebound came off the backboards out in front, and it was slapped home by Remington Reynolds. Seven to 2 now the score. Reynolds on the doorstep for the rebound goal. There's been several of those this evening for Wooster. Morja on the near side. Lifted forward in to Anzalone, who skates into the offensive zone. His shot on Hudick, who makes the save. 15:06 to go. Wooster has added one to their 4-goal lead. It's now 5, 7-2. Reynolds' announcement in the building that was unassisted. I think they're going to end up probably crediting Ostrander with an assist there as his shot went off the backboards and came out in front. But it's the Bulls who are in control, and they have been really all night. Down into the offensive end. Puck in the near corner. Now out to the far boards where it's picked up by the Raiders, and they can escape the zone. 3-on-2 here if they hurry, and then skating into the offensive zone, taking off the puck, and now a couple of guys that are going to go. Battle right here in front of us. It was pretty short-lived between Mike Starr and Brandon Fanner, and Fanner was skating into the offensive end. He got taken off the puck by Starr. The two of them with a good pat on the back of each other after what was a brief but spirited tilt. Face-off will come down to the right-hand side from our vantage point in front of Jack Hudick. Brandon Myers in the face-off circle for Thousand Islands against Steele. One back here to the blue line. It's actually going to skip past and out into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Win Horner. Gabe Horner now up the left wing, gets into the offensive zone. Horner, centering pass, broken up. Hudick got a glove on it. Oaks Cook has it in the corner. To the near side. And able to just get the puck out of the zone. Caserta, stick slashed out of his hands, wanted to call, will not get it. Bulls, though, control in the offensive end of the ice. Puck lifted around the backside and all the way out of the zone as it's picked up here by Horner. His shot on. Hudick makes the save. Horner has it along the far board, slapped out into the neutral zone. Win Horner tried to play it forward, and now skating into the offensive end. Letting a shot go was Myers, and Hudick kicked it aside to the far boards. Back into the offensive end. Thompson lays the body. Unable to come up with the puck, though, and it's out into the neutral zone where the Raiders will look to regroup. Lifted forward. Thompson again with a body check. Puck in his skates, and now sent down into the corner. Caserta in behind the net. Now trying to skate out. Anthony Caserta forward. Puck held in at the blue line. No, skips out. Sent right back in. Bulls get onside. 12:45 to go as Wills has it taken away from him in the neutral zone. Thompson just dumps it back in deep for Anthony Bentley. Bentley out in front of his own netminder. Now lifted forward. Young watches Thompson skate by him. Thompson got around one. His pass across to the far side was broken up. Now lifting a shot on right into the glove of Silvis, who holds on with 12:17 to go. A lot of conversation after that play. It's Owinski who's the most vocal down here in front of us. Tripping call against Thousand Islands. It's Thompson who picks it up. It's commonly referred to as Nate Penalty Box Thompson here in the arena over the loudspeaker. He's in there for 2 minutes or less now. We got to get that up on the board here in the barn. Now they do, and we're ready to play. So Wooster to the power play as this one sent down the length of the ice. Caserta trying to escape the zone. Up along this near side. Holden up the right wing. Into the offensive zone. Zach Bell. And the puck escapes out into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Anthony Caserta. He gains the red line, dumps the puck into the offensive end. Chasing in Landon Much. Has the puck along the near boards for the Raiders. Much battling for it, comes away with it. And a chance for him to try to clear. Caserta holds it in at the blue line. Caserta looking for an option, comes out to the right side, now into the slot for Holden. His shot off a stick and steered into the corner by Silvis. Puck along the backboards. Bell's going to pick it up on the right wing. He still has it. Bell into the slot, shot and missed. Holden now on the left point. Now to the right side. Caserta down low. Back to Holden. It skipped over his stick and will clear the length of the ice. 40 seconds left on the power play as that one's lifted forward by Jack Hudick. Gabe Horner's going to pick it up in the defensive zone for the Raiders, and he will skate out now, trying to kill the remainder of the slashing call to Thompson. Horner up the right wing. Centered out in front. Hudick got a stick on it. Now in the corner. Keenan Hearn, the puck the other direction. Backhanded across, broken up. Puck still loose as penalty down to 2-1. Thompson out of the box, back to full strength for the Raiders. Just over 10 minutes to go. Raiders just looking to escape the zone here, which they have still failed to do. Puck picked up in the offensive end by Patrick Ostrander. Along the right-hand boards. Keenan Hearn circles around in his own end, lifts it forward where it's picked up by Randy Comanali. Hudick out from behind the net to settle the puck down, leaves it for Brendan Pawinski, backhanded forward, and then cleared out. Reynolds has it in the neutral zone, skates into the offensive end, backhanded out to the near side, just behind his man on the left wing. Steele wins the puck in the neutral zone and then lost it as Oaks Cook ended up with it. Raiders, a couple of them at least, go for a change as they look to escape the zone with Oaks Cook. Addison Oaks Cook went up the left wing, lost the puck, and now out to the near side. Caserta back across, long stretch pass misses everybody. It was going to end up on net, so Caleb Wills plays it and lifts it back out into the neutral zone where Zach Bell has it, long shot on. Silvis knocked that one down. Held in the offensive end, backhanded forward by Steele. Trying to center it back out in front. Steele ends up with it on his stick and couldn't get a shot away. Had Silvis down. Caserta now pinching in. Skates into the slot. Shot on, missed on the near side. And out into the neutral zone. Puck rolling on edge. Picked up by Bell in the defensive end. Lifted forward out to the blue line. Steered into the corner by Silvis. Now the puck along the near boards. Raiders with a chance to clear here. 8 minutes to go. Puck across to the far side from Wills. Oaks Cook backhands it back to Wills underneath. Centering pass. Trying to find Young. Broken up by Greathouse. Out to the near side. Whaley. Back across to Greathouse. His stretch pass forward was broken up. Puck sits right at the blue line. Bulls get onside, and it's dumped in deep for Caleb Wills to pick up in behind his own net. His pass out into the neutral zone. Up the left wing, Addison Oaks Cook has it on his stick now. Oaks Cook with a shot on, tipped in front. Hudick sticked it into the corner. Matt Morja has it now along the near side. Morja backhands it in deep. Young sends it along the boards in behind, out to the far side, where trying to skip forward was Landon Much. He lost the puck. Cleared out into the neutral zone. In the defensive end, Win Horner, and then sent it in deep from the red line, off the backboards and controlled in behind by Ryan Johnston. Out to the far side for Brandon Pawinski. He lifts it out, but just to the blue line, not out into the neutral zone. As pinching in was Landon Much to keep it in the offensive end. Now Morja has it. Out to Much. Down low. Thompson with a shot off the glass in behind. It hit a stick first. And now Bell able to skate up the near side. Luke Bell plays it forward for Will Holden. Bulls go for a change. Raiders end up with the puck in the defensive end and maybe a chance here with some numbers, but well done by Caserta to get onto the ice and into position in a hurry. Puck stays in the offensive end for the Raiders, but controlled by Wooster. Omachinski lifted out to the blue line, knocked down there. Shot on from this near side. Hudick sticks it into the corner. Did well to control that puck and clear it out into the zone, the neutral zone. Nifty move down the left wing, shot on. Hudick made the save, and then it was batted down out of the air in front by Anthony Caserta. Puck along the blue line, sent in deep. Young gives chase. Caserta hassling him. Horner will pick it up at the blue line. Gabe Horner gets around one. Shot on. Udick with the save. Caserta taken to the boards, but he's able to clear the zone. And now a chance maybe for Ostrander down the right wing. He lost that foot race, lost the puck. And the Raiders can clear. Now Thompson behind the play, going at a guy. And Thompson and Caserta were the two there. And I don't think Caserta had any interest in that fight at all. Now a couple other guys involved. So obviously Thompson has been out there a couple times since we thought he may have gotten ejected. That didn't happen clearly. Now a couple other guys going to fight. Ostrander for Wooster. It's Luke Blair. Laundry all over the ice. It was well behind the play that all developed. It was Thompson and Caserta who got into it. And like I said, I'm not sure Anthony Caserta had much interest in that. And now with 5:23 remaining in the period in regulation, what's been a tough night for Thousand Islands has turned ugly. This faceoff looks like it may come out into the neutral zone, which Zach Bell is not pleased about. A long discussion coming up here after that play. Obviously, both teams are going to use the break as an opportunity to skate over to the benches and try to refuel, regroup for the final 5:23. Right now, they've only got 2 up on the board against Wooster. I figure that's probably not the only penalty resulting from the play. Only thing up there right now. Wooster's got 5 guys on the ice in the offensive, their defensive end. Faceoff's going to stay down there. Right now they've got 6 guys out there, so that's got to change. So the press box needs to know what the penalty scenario is here. Like I said, they've only got 2 up on the board against Wooster. And Wooster does now have 4 guys on the ice, so that would add up. Quite frank, I don't think that's probably entirely fair. That Wooster ends up with the only penalty there, but it's power play for the Raiders. 5:15 remaining in regulation. Shot from Hearn on the near side. He kind of fanned on it and Hudick played it off his stick, off the backboards, came right back to him, so he throws the glove on and gets a stop. 5:08 remaining. Face-off one back by Holden. Cleared out. Picked up in the neutral zone by Fanner, who had it taken away from him. Fanner lifted forward, Anzalone. Back to Fanner, into the offensive end. Fanner, drop pass. Left it for Hearn, who actually dummied and left it for Anzalone. Pass into the slot, shot from Morja, blocked in front, and then another effort lifted high and into the corner. Anzalone has the puck here in the near side. Shot on and in. Keenan Hearn from the slot. Power play goal for the Raiders. Well, the Raiders get a consolation goal. Keenan Hearn picked up that puck in the slot and let one go on the power play, beating Jack Hudick for the third time, making it 7-3. Anzalone gets the apple on the plate. Steele tips it into the offensive end, falling down in the right wing. Shot from Bell from the blue line. It was Omachinski who fell down in the corner. Wills fighting for the puck in behind. And it will eventually be controlled by Anzalone. Sends it up the near side, lifted out into the neutral zone. Wills has it here. Caleb Wills lifted across. Morja down the left wing. Matt Morja taken to the boards by Zach Bell. Still fighting for the puck here in behind. Morja, and Bell comes away with it. Lifted out by Reynolds into the neutral zone, down the right wing. Shot on from Bell, and making the save was Cody Silvas. .333 to go. It's been kind of a lost game for the Raiders since the start. They started slow. They got down 4-0 in that first period. Looked like a couple of times they were maybe going to start to mount some sort of comeback, just never really materialized. And credit to Wooster. They've played a solid game of hockey tonight as Silvas has to make a glove save on a deflection in front. Held in at the right point. Another shot in front. That one's off a couple of guys in front and into the net behind Silvas. Davis might have got the last touch. He's certainly the one in celebrating. And it's another goal for Wooster. 8-3 now. Silvas beaten again. Whaley's the one they announced as the goal. Davis was in front. There's several guys in front of the net. It might have come off of the Raiders last. But it beats Silvas, and it's a goal for Wooster, number 8 on the evening. No-look pass across to this near side. Starr. Back to Powinski, who skates out, tripped up at the red line. But he's able to lift it in deep where Win Horner has to control in behind his own net. Pass along the far boards for Young, centered and broken up in front by Gabe Horner. Shot on, Silvas makes the save. It's deflected high and off the boards in behind. Win Horner has it now along the far boards. Keeping it in the zone is Wooster. And that one lifted up and out of play, so a stop with 2:19 remaining. Face-off one back by Wooster. That one sticked up and into the corner by Silvis. Cleared down the length of the ice. No icing as Bell and Kalmanale give chase in the near corner. Bell lost his stick, but controlled by Wooster. Reynolds out through center. He skates in, lets a shot go, missed. Got his own rebound off the backboards, comes out into the slot. Great stick lift. Still, though, Wooster with a chance. Skating in now down the left wing is Will Holden. He had it taken away from him along the backboards, and the Raiders clear the zone. Picked up in the neutral zone by Zach Bell. Big blast from the neutral zone, blocked, but controlled by Remington Reynolds. Reynolds along the far boards. This one cleared out again. Zach Bell has it. Just going to send one in off the backboards again as Silvis watches it go with a minute and 22 remaining in the game. Raiders clear it out through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end, Addison Oaks Cook. Good stick to take it away from him by Starr. Puck sent in front. Silvis got the pad down to prevent it from sneaking by him as it's cleared out into the neutral zone. Under a minute to go. Pawinski picks up the pass from Hudick in behind. 45 seconds remaining. Pawinski lifted forward. Long stretch pass, going to miss everybody. And Wills just clears the zone, lifts it forward. Picked up in the defensive zone by Pawinski with 30 seconds remaining. Myers back across to the near side. A stretch pass broken up. Into the offensive zone. Jackson with a shot. And that's up and out of play with 14.8 to go in the contest. Not the result, obviously, the Raiders would have looked for in their last regular season home game of the year in front of a pretty good-sized crowd. So, inaugural season to be proud of, and playoff series coming up against the Ridgetown Royals in a couple of weeks to look forward to. Is the final score here in Clayton, New York, 8-3. Wooster with a win on the road. Like we mentioned a couple of times, the Raiders will play Ridgetown in the first round of the APHL playoffs. At least that's our understanding right now. And we'll bring you the Raiders home contest in that series from Alex Bay in a couple of weeks. Here in Clayton tonight, 8-3, Wooster with a win over your Thousand Island Raiders. I want to thank everybody again for joining us on your Saturday evening as both teams head back to the locker room and get ready to head home to enjoy the rest of their weekends. I hope you enjoy the rest of yours wherever you're at. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks when the Raiders take on the Ridgetown Royals. My name's Connor Lalone for Cody Wheeler as well on camera. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, supporting the Raiders and us all season long. From Clayton, New York, 8-3 final. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend.